You're watching Football Daily and you know what's up by now. Today we'll be covering this week's biggest transfer rumours, but if you hear any yourself, remember to tweet them in. To do so, make sure you're following us on Twitter and tweet #TransferTalk to me at DiggyFFTD or the Football Daily account. Also, as ever, make sure you like and subscribe. We begin this week's roundup in Manchester, where it seems inevitable that 27-year-old Leicester City winger Riyad Mahrez will join Pep's champions. According to the Daily Mail, Guardiola is keen to get this one through the door early, like he did with his transfers last summer, in order to give the 2016 PFA Player of the Year a full pre-season to adapt to his demanding style. Guardiola is well aware of the heavy workload he placed on 23-year-old Sterling and 22-year-old Sane last season, who played 103 games for the Citizens between them, and are both expected to shine this summer in Russia. Signing Mahrez, coming off the back of 11 goals and 10 assists in 36 league games in 17-18 and who still has many years left at the top, would represent very smart business indeed. New Gunners boss Unai Emery and head of recruitment Sven Mislintat have been working hard to bring in a number of new players in order to reinvigorate a squad that finished 6th last season, 12 points behind 4th place Liverpool. Having conceded a massive 51 league goals, 4 more than 10th place Newcastle, defenders are understandably at the top of his priority list, especially with the retirement of Mertesacker and a long-term injury to Koscielny. And whilst the signings of Lichtstein and Papathopoulos look close to being completed, Arsenal fans will be delighted to hear that French outlet Le Ten Sport claim that the Gunners are pursuing Juventus centre-back Mehdi Benatia. Benatia isn't a long-term option at 31, but having represented Roma, Bayern and Juventus over the last 5 seasons and having only played 65 of a possible 144 league games over the last 4 years, the 53-cap Moroccan should be ready to make a big impact if signed. Now, if Benatia was to move to North London, Juve would need to replace the centre-back, and Calcio Mercato are reporting that their eyes are set on 32-year-old Atletico Madrid defender Diego Godin. Signing Godin would be a wise acquisition. The 116-capped Uruguayan has, over 8 seasons in Madrid, become one of the world's preeminent defenders. A La Liga winner, 2-time Europa League champion and 2-time Champions League finalist, Godin has shown no signs of slowing down, only missing 22 league games in the last 4 years. And with the old lady's history of extracting the best out of players in their 30s, from Pirlo and Buffon to Chiellini and Barzagli, and with Godin's contract expiring next summer, this signing makes perfect sense.
Quick one, pause the screen. Are you subscribed to the channel? If not, you're an idiot. Click that red button down there, right now.
One player who went slightly under the radar last season was Kennedy. The 22-year-old Chelsea player only made 5 appearances for his parent club, all in cup competitions, before going on loan to Newcastle in January. His 2 goals and 2 assists helped ignite the Magpies' season, and they ended up finishing 10th, a comfortable 11 points clear of relegation. According to some sources, this form is rumoured to have interested PSG, and now Goal are claiming that RB Leipzig have also entered the race for the Brazilian. After missing out on the Champions League, Leipzig look set to lose a host of their stars this summer, with Naby Keita joining Liverpool and Emil Forsberg strongly linked with Arsenal. But although Kennedy's departure from the Blues looks inevitable, especially following his racist social media post during Chelsea's tour of China last summer, his move will almost certainly not be sanctioned until their managerial situation is resolved. Expect this one to drag on. Despite winning their 4th Champions League in 5 years on Saturday, Real Madrid looked set for a summer of upheaval. Their starting lineup had an average age of 29 and had 6 players over 30. And whilst a host of big names are being linked with an exit, Don Balon are stating that 34-time Italian champions Juventus are chasing the signature of 24-year-old central midfielder Mateo Kovacic. Since his move from Inter Milan in 2015, the 39-cap Croat has struggled to nail down a starting spot with just 10 La Liga starts in 17-18. The 3-time Champions League winner has made 109 appearances over his 3-year spell at the club, but has only scored 3 goals and registered 8 assists in that time. It seems that the Bernabeu hierarchy may be happy to accept a rumoured €55 million bid, especially if they can use it as a bargaining chip to acquire 28-year-old playmaker Miralem Pjanic. Watch this space. Now we head back to North London, where the Daily Telegraph are reporting that Spurs are now focusing their attentions on 19-year-old Dortmund attacker Christian Pulisic. The Lily Whites had originally hoped to tempt England under-21 international Ryan Sessegnon to the club from Fulham, but with the Cottagers' ascent to the Premier League confirmed on Saturday, it would take at least £50 million to even open discussions. Having conceded defeat on that front, Spurs chairman Daniel Levy has turned his attention to American teenager Christian Pulisic, who has averaged a goal involvement every 0.3 Bundesliga games over the last 2 campaigns. Fitting the profile of signings Levy prefers, and with the incredible potential of the American market, we can see the Spurs chairman going hard for this one. Now it's time for our headline story, and it's a big one. Gareth Bale put all of Europe's top clubs on red alert with his sensational man of the match winning cameo on Saturday, after which he claimed his future may lie away from the Bernabeu. Given that form, it's hard to believe he only started 20 La Liga games last season but still scored 16 goals, his second highest tally in his 5 years in Madrid. And with a pretty much non-existent relationship with his manager, his departure seems only a matter of time. According to The Express, Man United are the leading candidates for the star, but Jose Mourinho is rumoured to be nervous of being priced out of a move if Madrid asks for £200 million. The Welshman is on a staggering £350,000 per week and has 4 years remaining on his current deal. And if he was to get the same length at Man United, his wages alone would cost the club £72.8 million. Can United afford to spend over £250 million on a 28-year-old, especially considering the success of the Alexis deal? We aren't so sure. But what do you guys think? Do you think Bale to United would be a good move for both parties or a waste of money? Let us know in the comments below.
Congratulations, you've reached the end of the video. Your reward, the face of the poshest man in football daily. For more great content, why don't you click in this box here, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.